All right. Crack open my fresh pep. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Josh O'Leary here, Slipper House Extra Extra YouTube channel. How's everybody doing tonight? We are going to be talking Survivor 50, episode 4 here tonight. Excited to talk about Survivor. I've been loving this season. It has really gotten me jazzed on Wednesday nights. So much so that it's hard to talk about wrestling. That we do a pro wrestling right here, pro wrestling show. We do on Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. Pro Wrestling Sauce available on all your podcast streaming platforms. And yeah, it was hard to get out of the Survivor cloud and into the wrestling bubble. But let's find our notes here. We're gonna get into it, guys. We're all the way to episode 4 of season 50 of Survivor. And this was a good episode. This was a good episode. Even the bad stuff about this episode was kind of good, in my. We'll get to all of it here on this edition of Survivor Digest. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out all of the other Survivor-related content that I have here on the channel if you're enjoying it. I thank you if you're watching the playback, and if you're joining us live, even better. So let's get into it. I got a little bit of a raspy throat, man. I don't know what's going on with it, but started to pick up a little bit of a rasp. So that's for any raspness that may be coming through in the headphones or wherever you may be listening. Into it, guys. Survivor 50, episode 4. Night 8. That's where we're at this point in the game. It's only night 8. And it seems like longer. It really does. Just the edit makes it seem like it's been longer, which I appreciate that. All right. Joe Sanchez. What's going on, Joe? You down there taking a snooze? Having a sleep? What's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's night 8. Stephanie, she's very full as they come back from tribal that it was not her. So she's very, very thankful here. And she's being spread thin on the bottom here, pretty much. Everybody is, making her very aware that she is spread thin on the bottom. She is on the bottom. She's the bottom layer of mayonnaise on the sandwich there. She's not making her way to the top with the lettuce and the other fresh ingredients. That's not happening. Jose, what's going on? What's going on, Jose? I see people in here talking Survivor 50, guys. That's what's going on here. I'm talking Survivor 50 tonight. I'm doing these live. It's just easier. I don't really like to edit or anything like that. I just throw them. That's how I do things. So Emily is feeling herself, which is surprising from Emily Flippin. She's feeling herself and is staying weary of Angelina and Christian's loyalty to the David and versus Goliath game. She weary of someone, even if they're her number one, she's weary of them, right? At least that's the way it's presented here in the edit. It doesn't make much sense that she's with anybody. If she's with anybody, it's Ozzy. If she's actually committed to any sort of actual partnership here on the island, platonic partnership, it's Ozzy. Okay. And she's weary of Angelina and Christian. Those, oh my gosh, Christian is like, I think Christian sees Emily as like a number one. Emily does not see Christian that way. Like she's ready to flip on his ass at any moment. Like, and I don't know how Christian doesn't see it or why he puts up with it, to be completely honest. What's going on, Joe? I see you saying hey down there. So Ozzy wants to be Mike White's number one with Steph. as his number two there. So it's like Ozzy, Mike White, and Stephanie. That's like Ozzy's ideal lineup. Make it to the end with him. That's what he likes. And he's staying pretty confident here, and he's confident in his confessional all the way to the opening title card. And I love the title card. I made note of it here again. It says it's the greatest title card in Survivor history. It really got me pumped up again. Like, I didn't think it was really going to get me that pumped up, but it did. It got me pumped up once again. I was loving it. Fantastic opening title card, in my opinion, Survivor history. Probably the best opening title card. Now we go to Charlie and Jonathan, who are having a wrestling match, which I actually thought was pretty good. I review wrestling on the regular, and I thought Jonathan and Charlie did a pretty good job here of Charlie's seller. He was a good seller. He was selling pretty well all of Jonathan's moves. I greatly appreciated this between the two. And this was all part of a talent show. I did not know this was part of a talent show until the reveal that they said they were doing a talent show, being judged by the girls on the tribe. I'm not really a fan of when they do fashion/talent shows. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. I know what you're saying down there, Joe. Not sure what you're saying down there, but I do appreciate you being here and hanging out and being part of the Survivor Digest Thursday night. Let me get a sip, guys. Like I said, I have a raspy throat here tonight. I don't know what's going on with the rasp. I feel like I could sing a Macy Gray song. My apologies, guys. So where were we? Yes, the talent show wrestling match. Let's skip over this part because it's really nothing important. I don't enjoy the talent show. This is filler for the episode. Charlie is dead set on Rizzo. He's dead set on this guy, and he calls him his mortal enemy. He says Rizzo is his mortal enemy, dude. Like, damn. I wrote here the Maria PTSD is off the charts. Like, Charlie heard that Rizzo didn't vote for his number, which is a lie. Rizzo just went out there and lied, so he didn't seem so close to Savannah about not being her number one, and saying that he didn't number one, that his best friend's actually Sophie Bilardi, and whatever the case. Charlie heard this and was like, "Oh my God," and just starts having flashbacks to Maria not giving him the vote. And he is deadlocked on Rizzo at this point. Like, and from there on out, Charlie is ready to take Rizzo down. Those two, that's four BDIs just looking at one another. Those two. I don't think Rizzo's caught wind quite yet at this point in the episode of how Charlie is feeling. But as we see in the preview for the next episode, it's all going to come to a head, and maybe we'll see Charlie in a real mental wrestling match with Rizzo. Maybe we'll see that. All right, so Aubrey is out looking for an idol, and Genevieve won't stop stalking her. Genevieve is just legitimately stalking this woman. She's legitimately following her around, being annoying and creepy, and doing too much, in my opinion. I think this will be the downfall. Someone is going to be the downfall of the other. It's going to be Genevieve's the downfall for Aubrey, or Aubrey's the downfall for Genevieve. It's going to be one or the other. Genevieve is the one who actually finds an idol here at this point. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a great note. So before Genevieve found the idol, Aubrey is out looking for one. And while Genevieve is stalking her, Aubrey compares Genevieve to the Ricola commercial. Ricola, Aubrey. I was like, dude, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Aubrey got me with that one. But yeah, the idol hunt, it backfires, and Genevieve finds another boomerang idol. Okay, the boomerang idol. The boomerang idol. And I'm not saying the celebrity name that goes along with it. I'm done. I'm protesting the celebrity name that goes along with it. I haven't said it since probably episode one. And I'm going to continue to not say the celebrity name. In fact, I'm going to put other celebrity names in front of the boomerang idol and test that out and see how that works without their approval, right? You can do that too because it's all parody and it falls under parody law. So this is now the Carrot Top boomerang idol. Okay, we're giving Carrot Top. He's paid his dues. He's had a great stint and we're giving him an idol, baby. And he's seen an episode of Survivor. So we're gonna send Carrot Top a text message and see what he thinks the best option for idols, and whichever one he picks, we'll put his name on it with it, and we'll say the Carrot Top boomerang idol. That's what we'll do. Uh, so let's get to the immunity challenge here. This immunity challenge came very early in the episode. We had a giant arch puzzle. I actually like the challenge. It's not bad. One of the better ones. Puzzles at the end because these puzzle pieces are heavy. If you drop one, it can crush your toe, your head, whatever it may be. These things are heavy puzzle pieces. The first tribe to finish gets immunity, of course, but they also get a nice getaway to glaze up Zach Brown. Not only do you get immunity, but you get to go on a getaway and glaze up Zach Brown and just talk about how great Zach Brown is from Zach Brown Band. If you didn't know who Zach Brown is, he's to people who listen to country music, and they were glazing him up hard. Okay, it's going to be well documented within the Survivor community that this guy got way too much fucking airtime. Way too much airtime. This guy got more confessionals than Camilla, Tiffany, whoever else out there on the island combined. Hell, I think he had more confessionals than Coach this episode, which is absolutely ridiculous. That is a downright travesty. Okay, first of all, we need more Coach. Coach should always be number one in confessionals. Everybody knows that. I mean, we didn't even have enough of Coach glazing him up. Coach was shedding tears at this man playing the guitar. So yeah, the Zach Brown propaganda was off the charts. Off the charts. I did write here though that Zach Brown was pretty badass at spearfishing. He was bad at spearfishing, but that's only because he had a lot of badass gear. He had a lot of really cool spearfishing gear, like top of the line, state of the art spearfishing stuff. Gosh, dude, my throat is like literally driving me nuts. It wasn't this bad like an hour ago. Jesus, love just coughing. Going live. Welcome to the cough stream. All right. Zach Brown propaganda. It's off the charts, like I said. The spearfishing, it was cool, but like I said, he's using all this equipment that to state of the art, custom. It had his name engraved on the side of the spearfishing thing he was using. I was like, this guy, dude. If this guy couldn't come on to CBS programming and suck his own dick harder, I don't know who could. Like look at I don't know who could. Jeff probably. Jeff's probably the only other person that could do this, suck their own dick harder on live TV than like Zach Brown did here. Ugh. And I didn't hate it all that much because I did enjoy, like I said, Coach crying and some of the Kumbaya stuff. I didn't think we needed two fucking songs. I didn't think we needed two songs from Zach Brown. We didn't need all promotion for Zach Brown because I will say I appreciate that he was there on the show. I do he was there on the show. He wants to get involved with the show. Okay, well, he's there. Unlike the celebrity that shall not be named that's associated with the boomerang, right? Not Carrot Top, not the one I just made up earlier. So Jonathan flips an entire himself during the challenge, and I wrote a note here that says WWE should give him a call, or he should find a way to maybe come to the Performance Center. A fantastic display of strength from Jonathan. Genevieve wins 2 boomerangs here. This is where Genevieve picks up the boomerang. Okay, this is a note here. It says Genevieve wins 2 boomerangs and gets to sit out the challenge. So Genevieve is sitting tall here. She doesn't have to do this challenge. I saw her sitting over there in the corner and made note of it. Sela and Kahlo are neck and neck for first place. Kahlo is in first. Sela is in second. What else is new? It seems like it's gonna probably this direction. Probably for the rest of Split. That's what I'm thinking. For the rest of Split Tribes, it's going to head in this direction, and Vatu is just going to get decimated. Become smithereens by the end of all of this. So Vatu, blows this challenge, and no real effort from them. They're trapped under their net with the boat. They can't even move the boat. They voted out all their muscle. Voted out Q, who is literally all their muscle. Because they got Mike White, fake Hollywood abs. They got Christian, who's only able to lift robots. They can't do any of that stuff. This tribe. They got Angelina, who can't break a twig for firewood. This tribe is worthless. This tribe is gonna. Stephanie is going to be the last remaining member once again. We're going to repeat that story. Oh God. So they blew the challenge. No real effort from the men. It's a I wrote Six Pack Mike, very weak. Hobbs. Zach Brown reward. Let's get to the reward. It's beer and wine next. And I had a guess here about who drank too much. My guess for who drank much at the reward is Joe. Okay, because I saw Joe with some beers. By the end of it, I saw Joe sitting there with a little glass of wine. Okay, he had a little glass of wine, and he was like, sitting there enjoying Zach Brown. By the end of it, I wouldn't be surprised if Joe was trying to fight somebody. I would have loved to have seen that. We should have kept pumping the alcohol here. We should have. Zach Brown should have played maybe another song. Should have played a third song. It's the sanctuary where good things happen. So it's not out of the question. Yeah. I've already talked about the spearfishing. I'm gonna skip over these notes. The singing then takes place, and everyone has to pretend like it is the most detrimental thing to them, and it is for D. Okay, but everybody else, I'm like, all right, it seems like Colby's enjoying it. He's like, oh yeah, man, Zach Brown, man, I love Zach Brown. Colby's got that Hank Hill voice now, and is just loving it. Coach is crying. I believe Joe is shedding a tear at one point. Chrissy's, she's loving it. This tribe to go. Besides D not being there. D was very upset about this, not being able to go. I felt like this was the most realistic we've seen D. Okay, because D has got to be a total brat, right? She just seems like a brat, and kind of reminds me of like the Bratz dolls a little bit, right? Like if a Bratz doll played Survivor. And you could tell that, and she's used to winning. She's never been voted out of this game before, and when she wants, you can tell that she's a pouty pouter. And I thought this was kind of funny just to watch her be like, Zach Brown, and he's my favorite musician. Music literally saved my life. It literally saved my life. God, I dated a girl one time in high school who was like that. This band, they literally saved my life. I'm like, did they? Why did they do that? All right. This reward is way too fucking long, I wrote. This reward is way too long. Let's get to the losing tribe, okay? To the losing tribe. And let's do it. Before, though, we do that, we're going to go to the second place tribe, okay? Because we got over emotional about Zach Brown. Like I said, being way over emotional about, whatever. I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm a big fan of Coheed and Cambria, okay? Coheed and Cambria showed up on Survivor while I was out on the island. I'd be like, damn, Cody, but that seems like such a total distraction from the game. It's gonna take me out of the game. It's gonna your headspace is everything in this game. And you gotta you know, frugal, man. You gotta remain on top of things here and get distracted by your favorite musician seems like almost. So D should have been going back to camp and talking some strategy and stuff with her, fellow castaway, moping in a hammock about not being able to see Zach Brown. Jason's Rizzo, her boomerang idol. No, I liked this. I like this a lot. This is good. Rizzo, he gets a boomerang idol, and Rizzo, he's gonna do what he did with his idol in '49. He's just gonna around with it. He's gonna literally pull it out of his pocket at tribal, put it in between his butt, dance around with it, and be like, "Look what I have!" Like, this is great. I, I do believe this will backfire with Genevieve as Rizzo. Is of course, like I said, he's the Joker with his idol. He's gonna stand up at. He's gonna say, "Attention, everyone! I have an idol." He's gonna stick it in between his butt cheeks or dancing around. And he's gonna start dancing around like this. And he's gonna say, "I'm the Riz God. I am the Riz God." Because he can do that. He can do that and get away with it. He'll have that in his pocket and be pulling it out left and right, dude, during tribal. So let's get to the losing tribe. That's where we leave off with the second place tribe there and the first place tribe. We let them off with Zach Brown. Get to stay the night. Chrissy wanted him to, but Colby shut it down. Colby was a total cock block, dude. I'm not sure what. Colby's always been a cock block, dude. What's his deal there? So we go to the losing here. Emily wants to keep focus on Angelina, and so does Ozzy. At least that's what Emily wants at this point. She wants to keep focus on Angelina, and Ozzy says he wants to peel Angela for Mike. Now this is the second time Ozzy has used the reference peel. He's saying he wants to peel Angelina off of Mike White. Now that's an odd term to use there. You want to peel? Why do you want to peel him? Peel her? Is she that attached to him? I don't know. He was really putting up some oomph on the word peel. So second time, yeah, that was the second time he said peel. Mike starts working to save Angelina. Okay, so Mike is going to get to work. Hollywood ab Mike. He's getting to work here, and he wants to Emily, and tells Christian this, who obviously is going to be conflicted with this situation as he's playing both sides. He's Mike White and the David versus Goliath trio in his back pocket, but he's also got Emily Flippin and his regular alliance that he culminated at the beginning of the season here, and so. Christian's obviously going to be conflicted. But the way Mike is doing this is not the best. It's not the best. Mike White goes full mob boss, and he threatens Christian. He pretty much threatens Christian, and he's like, listen, man. He says, you don't want the Gabby situation to happen again, do you? And they showed the clip of Christian and Gabby playing in the sand from David versus Goliath, and Christian got really emotional here, and you hear about this, about being betrayed by someone he really trusted on the show. It finally got to him 7 years later here in a confessional, and he was really hurt by this. But I think he's really also hurt by what Mike White did to him in David versus Goliath. Mike White voted him out. So I don't know why Mike White would even bring this up. Why he would open up this old wound for Christian. Maybe Mike wasn't sure it was a wound. Maybe it was just a scrape or something like that. It really didn't hurt Christian that bad. But this was brutal for Christian, as he remembered everything, and I'm sure he's thinking, I don't want the Gabby thing to happen to me, but I also don't want the Mike White thing to happen to me. The Mike White thing was much worse. The Gabby thing, at least I sniffed that one out, right? Christian used an idol, that tribal, in David's Goliath, and saved himself. And the next episode was voted out by Mike White. So Christian has the right mindset here in thinking, hey, I want to go and flip this onto Mike, because that's what Christian's inevitably going to do here. Christian not trying to flip the vote onto Mike, as Christian realizes he only needs 3 votes, because the way the tribe dynamics work here with this number, you could do a 1 split and get somebody voted out of the game, which is easy to do if everybody plays along. So Christian leaves Ozzy out of this. He leaves Ozzy out of this information, and that is, golly, that is very dangerous. I don't know what's going on. That is very dangerous to leave Ozzy out of this, because Ozzy, historically, very emotional player. Very emotionally. This guy is going to be pissed at Coach for the rest of Coach's life. Ozzy will be mad at him about the key. Okay, Ozzy says you're good, but he's holding a grudge. Okay, this guy is known for holding the grudge, and he's done it his entire Survivor career, and he'll continue to do so. Okay, I know he said he's playing as Oscar. Okay, but he's emotionally still Ozzy. So Christian is going to leave Ozzy out of this information that he wants to vote out Mike, which is not smart. I'm already thinking that. I wrote that down here in my notes. And Emily almost blows it instantly. Christian tells Emily, please do not tell Ozzy about this. Please, please, please do not tell Ozzy about this. We've got to leave him out of this. Please, Emily, please. 5 seconds later, here comes Ozzy coming up on the beach after fishing. Oh my God, Ozzy, they're trying to vote me out. And Christian's like, what the hell, man? What are you doing? He literally is like doing the zip your lips behind Ozzy's back to Emily. And I'm like, Jesus, Emily, dude, she will just burn anything. Like, at that point, I thought Christian, at that point, I was like, this is where I think maybe the edit got me. I think this happened earlier than what it was saying, because yeah, maybe they cut it, and it didn't really happen later after the whole I don't know, maybe thinking too hard about it. But yeah, Christian's telling her to shut her mouth, dude. He's like, please shut your mouth, Emily. Like, God, just flying off the handles. But yeah, dude, I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna vote her out now. I'm voting Emily out now. She's done too much, done way too much. So Emily's blurting out to Ozzy, and we're gonna go to tribal here now. And I wrote here, we have on the chopping block, we have Mike White, Emily, Angela. And I wrote that my guess was Emily. My guess was Emily here for tribal, and I thought that was the case before her blurting out. And yeah, the plan that Christian had, I didn't think it was strong enough to pull the plug without Ozzy, so I thought maybe he's going to just vote out Emily, get it over with. That wasn't the case here. We go to tribal council, and Mike White says he wishes he was bigger, taller, and stronger. And I said, I bet you do, man. That's how you got those abs. Everyone praises Ozzy for feeding. Everyone praises Ozzy for still being Ozzy, for still going out and fishing. And I think that maybe was probably bad for Ozzy's game, actually, kind of to go out there for so long and be fishing and all that stuff because Christian was able to finagle a Mike White vote, that worked out in his favor at Tribal. So if I were Ozzy, I'd be regretting feeding that belly of Christian at that moment. So Emily goes up to the podium and she votes for Mike, and Mike votes for her, vice versa. And I'm like, okay, it's just an Emily and Mike situation. Angelina's not even on the chopping block anymore. Mike White is voted out, and I wrote Christian. He just couldn't pull the trigger on Emily. He had to turn around and get revenge. Okay, get revenge for Dave's Goliath. Mike White taking him out in that game, and this is sweet, sweet revenge for Christian. It probably just tasted too sweet. It probably just tastes too sweet. There's no way that I probably wouldn't have done the same thing, right? Especially if someone, bad, wrongs you in a way, and that's exactly what we're seeing from Charlie as well. Here, we're seeing it from Charlie this season with Rizzo, right? He's got his eyes deadlocked on Rizzo. Rizzo's just morphing into Maria somehow for Charlie. He's just becoming Maria. Angelina gets a. What did I say? Angelina gets a vote every. Oh yeah, Angelina gets a vote every tribal. She does. Angelina gets a vote every single tribal. If your tribe shows up to tribal with Angelina on the tribe, and you guys are all deadlocked on someone that's not Angelina, Angelina's still getting a vote from somebody. Somebody's gonna throw her a freaking vote there. Uh, yeah, and then I wrote here just the preview. I saw the preview, and it was Charlie versus Rizzo, and we got two people going home next week. So I believe my notes will be a little bit thicker next week, and two tribes will be going to tribal council. We'll have two castaways leaving the island. Very exciting stuff. Survivor season 50, episode 4. What I thought about this episode as a whole, I thought it's a good episode. If I'm going to be straight, the Zach Brown stuff, I absolutely did not hate it. I did not hate Zach Brown. I thought he kind of a likable celebrity to have on. I just thought that there was way too much of him, like way too much of him, and a little too much of a glaze up. Like we don't have to like kiss this dude's ass so much. Like show his engravings on his spearfishing thing. Show all the gear, expensive gear he has to go spearfish, and I don't know, dude. Just a little bit over the top, in my opinion, and way too long of a reward. Like, I didn't need two songs from Zach Brown. Okay. I want to like the guy. I found him actually very likable at first. And the spearfishing thing, whatever, cool. It shows them how he caught the fish and like what the tribe's going to be eating for the reward. I appreciate that. I did not appreciate the link. That was really to get to another tribe and see some more dynamics kick off. But we had to, listen to a song and watch Coach cry and, think about, Magellan or whatever the hell he's thinking about. And yeah, other than that, I thought this was another good episode. And even that was still kind of good. The length of stuff, like I'm talking about it now, like I didn't like it, but it'll definitely become a joke and a meme amongst the Survivor community. This whole Zach Brown thing. So it'll have legs, and they may be walking, but we'll have fun with it along the way, at least. And am I sad to see Mike White go? No, not at all. I'm not a big Mike White fan. I don't really find him that enjoyable. To be completely honest, I don't. His personality is kind of like he reminds me of like an evil like pear, you know, like if you were to draw an evil pear or something. Mike, he's just I'm not his biggest fan, right? Was I sad to see it? No. Do I think he was playing a good game? No, not really. Um, Not really. Christian seems to be calling the shots over there. Christian's calling the shots 100%. I'm sorry about my throat, dude. It's so annoying. It's literally just like I'm trying to clear it and it will not clear. It does not want to. And I feel like making it wet only makes it worse because it feels better for 1 second and then we're right back to rasp town. Yeah, Christian's calling the shots over there. Christian is the guy in charge. He's the real boss. You remember Carl from his season, Mafia Boss Carl? Was that his name? Yes, that's Christian now. Christian is now the Mafia boss, right? He's crying in confessionals. He's like, what the hell did you do, Emily? What did you do? You know, Emily, she's fucking left and right. Genevieve fucking her game up left and right. Um, I think funniest line of the night definitely goes to Aubrey for the Ricola commercial reference. I really enjoyed that. Um, yeah, good episode. Not too many things I really got to nitpick on. I don't think so. You know, not too many things I got. The Zach Brown stuff is really it. I mean, that's the talk of the town right now within the Survivor realm on the internet. So yeah, I think that's about all I've got. I mean, I guess my biggest complaint here is that we haven't really heard too much from Camilla. From people like Jonathan, Camilla, um, Tiffany. There's a lot of people out there. I heard to do is talk to Aubrey once and be like, "I got you." That's about it. So the confessional bump needs to be boosted. I believe it's going to be hard to do so because we're only going to get more celebrities. Let's forget we saw Christian with an even longer beard in the season preview say Jimmy Fallon could decide my fate in this game. So we haven't even gotten there yet. Haven't even gotten there yet. All right, who do I think's going next week? Here's an early prediction for who I think's going next week. We got 2 tribes going to tribal council. Do I think this tribe that went this week is going back? Yes, I do. I think they're going back. And I think Steph the easy pick or whatever, but I don't think it's her, dude. I don't think it's her. I think it's Emily. I think if anything, it's Emily, dude. I think Christian's gonna be like, I gotta get rid of Emily. If you can get rid of Mike White and Emily before another tribe swap, because I believe that this season they will do another tribe swap, but I think that they will go to 2 tribes for like an old school flavor for an episode or two. That's an idea I have at least. They may do that, they may not. So yeah, yeah. I don't have anything else on Survivor. That's it. That's season 50, episode 4. Oh wait, I was telling you who I thought was going home. Batu, Stephanie. I believe she'll. So yeah, Emily and is it Scylla? I don't know. Whoever's a tribe with. I don't know. I feel like maybe Coach's tribe goes to tribal, and they vote out Joe. Joe and Emily are voted out next. New Era is getting wiped out clean, according to me. So I don't know. That's just a off the top of the dome guess. I can't really, you know, or maybe Genevieve, right? Maybe Genevieve. Maybe Genevieve voted out, and then once those people who have her idols get voted out, those idols don't go back to anybody. They're just regular idols. You're voting Bill Bong, not Bill Bong. That's Bill Bone's evil brother. Not Bill Bong. I'm voting for Bill Bong. Jeff reads the parchment. Who wrote Bill Bong? Dirt popping it for the final say so here. Their dad named them both Bill, knowing one would be evil. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Whenever you have an evil twin, one of them's just got like a slightly different name, and they have a pointy goatee. You got to give them like a pointy goatee. So he's just like Bill Bone, but has a pointy goatee. And yeah, Bill Bong. What? You're down here? Where? Where at? Where you at? The whole city behind us. Monks? I don't know what that is, man. I have to look that up. How far away is it? What are you doing down here? Goose Creek? You by the candle slot? This store? Hours. Yeah, it's probably on the opposite side. States are weird, dude. If you gotta drive horizontally, you're fucked. Driving horizontally anywhere, the worst. I like driving vertically only. Oh, Charlestown. Okay, that's like 2 hours or something like that. I don't know, something like that. It ain't too bad. It's better than the 5 or 6. Shit, so dude. How long are you down there? What are you doing down there? Who hangs out in the Goose Creek, bro? Hanging out creek with them geese. Young goose. Young goose. Young goose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, the wedding. That's right. Damn it. Damn it. I was like, damn, something bad. And then you were like, I remembered the suit, the shoes. It's all coming together now. I knew this. That's right. That's right. Hell yeah, bro. I love dressing up for a good wedding, though. I love wearing the fresh fit. I love the fresh fit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take a pic out like some random obscure place, like you're a businessman, like hold a tiny cup. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Drink a coffee in the suit. Nice. Nice. All right. Well, that I talked about Survivor tonight. That was Survivor. So we did it all. This is just the ending chat. I was scoping how far y'all are, but I can't make it over there this trip. Yeah. Um, with everything going on with a wedding, or you know, not enough time to fit in that. Which is the same way I felt when we went to my sister's wedding, because I was like, damn, I was like, we could. It's only like an hour and a half away. Fitted. I couldn't leave for an hour and a half away trip from my sister's wedding, unfortunately. Yeah, too much family shit over here. Oh, yeah, dude, yeah, that's how it goes, dude. You're stuck in that bubble, dude. A wedding. It's a tornado, dude. Leah just refers to it as the party. She's like, "You remember the party?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was my sister's wedding." She's like, dressed up for the party. Like, yeah, party. All right, let's get out of here. Dirk, get back to the wedding. You got to go. You're the flower boy. I forgot that you're probably the flower boy. My brother's probably going to give me one soon. I gave mine to my mom a while ago because she wrecked hers. So the Charger? I don't know what car you were driving anymore. I forget. Mine's a blank. What kind of car is he going to give you? Hopefully it's like a, Ford Pinto. Something reliable. Oh, the white Mercedes. Okay, yeah, I remember that one. Civic. Woo, that's more dirt style anyway. That's more dirt style. Is it boxy? Is it the boxy ones? Like nice sharp edges on that Civic? Those are my favorite ones. They're like the old boxy ones. I like the like a Lego. Like you're driving a Lego. Oh yeah, I remember the white car. Looks like I know this lady who was a choir director for a church who drove that car, the Mazda, whatever it was. Cars. My car's almost paid off. Yep. I'm like 3 or 4 payments away from it being paid off. I could just pay it off right now if I wanted to, but I'm gonna be late. Just let the payments do their thing, man. Do their thing. Hoi. Not the Mazda. Dude, I just fuck up and misname the names of cars. But I remember you had a Mazda. Mitsubishi. That's the car I have. Couldn't think of it. Mitsubishi. Right? Mitsubishi, right? No, dude, I did, man. Wait, is Mitsubishi a car? Is that not even a, you know, a shitload of cars? Yeah, I know. I know. I remember my own, and I've only had like 5. I've had like 5. It's a tough timeline. It's a tough timeline. All right, I gotta get off here. I gotta go get a bowl of cereal, then hit the hay. Uh, Joining us. Thanks, Dirt, for popping in here. Enjoy the wedding. Enjoy the food. Hopefully, there's good food, good catering. Right. I love good catering. My sister's wedding, it was all right. Wasn't the best. All right, I was like middle ground on everything there. It was definitely eh. You know, I'm gonna have Arby's cater my wedding. I don't even fucking like weddings. Who gives a fuck about a wedding, dude? How about we all just go to Arby's? Yeah, yeah. Party at Arby's. You know what time it is. You know what time it is, though, for real. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Pro Wrestling Saturday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. House Assembly 9 o'clock right here on the channel. Survivor Digest, which you've just experienced. Thursdays right here on the channel. Raw and SmackDown final hours. Monday and Fridays for Raw and SmackDown respectively. During their final hour, live with me and Jake right here on Slipper House Extra Extra. Everybody have a good night. Dirt, have a good night. To make sure to have all your buttons properly, and you know, don't get too wasted. Don't have too much champagne, right? Don't have too much champagne, dude. But I'm out of here. Bye.